The boys are back again. The boys are back.
Boys are back in town
for the second time.
Yeah.
Back like we never left.
And we never left. Y'all don't even know. They don't
even know.
If you only knew.
If only you knew.
Hey, you got R&B.
How much we do.
I thought you listened to R&B. That's what you said.
Lock me into it.
Here we go.
Early.
That's the part. Y'all took too long.
Yeah,
the first time. That's what happened. Yeah.
Weezy, give me your song of the week, dog.
My song of the week was Future, man. Honest.
That's what it does.
Gold bottles on bottles. I'm just honest.
Yeah.
That's what it do.
Yeah, I'm sure. Jeff, that was a good one, right?
Yeah. You got it. He's ready. This time he's ready.
Got my vocals together.
Yeah. Did his exercise.
What's your song of the week, Jeff?
Man, Rich Homie. Just play your Rich Homie.
Yeah, just play it.
Just play your Rich Homie.
Walk through.
Hey, walk through.
Damn.
Weezy, you got a good walk through, dog.
Good walk through.
Damn. Dude, that is your dance.
Good walk there.
Dude,
It
it
wasn't
is.
15 years ago.
Dude, that shit dance. I forgot about that.
Walk through. I walk
That's
through Vegas.
you gotta walk
said
through.
I walked through.
He walked through in Vegas. He did.
He did.
Coach, what you got?
Oh man, my song of the week is Annie Up remix, dog.
Yeah. Yep, that fool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kidnap that fool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gun butt that fool.
Gun butt that fool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gun button is crazy. All right, guys. Let's get to it.
Let's do it.
Yeah. No layup line, no warm-ups, no nothing. We just walking right into the stadium, get into the game. Let's do it. When the beat on, then it's on. Wearing the right jerseys on the road, cause how we feel where we roam is our home. Leaving these other podcasts null and void. The show can't miss something like Tom Shepard and corduroys. Full sport press, you know them boys. Jay run the point, lock for 3, and me, I crash the boards. Weezy told you that it's paid for. Full sport press.
Greetings and salutations. I would like to welcome everybody back and some of you for the first time to the Full Sport Press Podcast, the premier sports podcast for the consummate sports fan. And this is your one-stop shop for all sports-related news and topics. I'm Jay Ho.
It's your boy Big Jeff.
It's your boy Weezy. What it do?
It's your man, Coach Locke.
Cameraman, how you doing, brother? You tired? Yeah. He playing that game. You love playing that game. I got you. Episode 531, we're handing out predictions for pretenders or contenders after week 1 of the 2024 college football season.
FSP style.
Always FSP style.
You better damn know it.
Better damn believe it.
Let's kick it off, Weezy. Best of the week. Talk to the people.
Best of the week for me, it's football season, man. We back. And we these wide receivers in college football. It's nasty, man. They nasty. I don't know what. You remember how it used to be the running backs in college football?
Mm-hmm.
That's the wide receivers.
Yeah, it is. It's a group of them. It's a group of them. Ready to get paid on Sunday.
Yeah.
All right, my best of the week is Jalen Ramsey. My guy signed a 3-year, $72 million extension. $24 million a year. Is the highest paid cornerback in the league for the second time of his young career. Shout out to 5 starting the season out. I think they play the Jaguars. They definitely play the Jacksonville.
Going back to the crib.
He blessed. He got that deal coming off of injury season. He blessed.
Because he killed.
Yeah. And on top of that, too, he got the best agent in the game. Shout out to David Mulligetta. He's a beast.
Well, he's 6 years in the league now? 7 years?
9, 10.
This is 10th year?
Yeah.
He got another deal?
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah. Shout out to 5.
That's retirement right there.
This might be 10.
Yeah, this is 10.
Yeah, it's 10.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
What you got, Coach?
Man, my best of the week, man, is Oklahoma linebacker Danny Stuxman splits $50,000 of his NIL money with 18 walk-ons, and he gave each one of his teammates a JBL care package.
Got to.
That's how you spread the wealth.
Yes, sir.
Clap for that young man.
Spread the wealth.
Spread it. What you got, Coach? What you got, Jeff?
Oh, man, mine is His Excellency from Saudi Arabia single-handedly trying to save boxing as a whole. This young man decided that he feels like, as we all do, boxing pay-per-view prices are too high, and is proposing to going forward all boxing pay-per-views be $25, the ones that he's putting on to help combat against illegal streaming and illegal downloads. So shout out to him.
Because DirecTV is bullshitting.
What shout out to him?
It's some streaming going on right now.
Some streaming going on. We're not going to run the sites hot like some of y'all be doing. Some streaming going on.
Run them hot.
Yeah, no.
hot.
Don't mess it up.
Now, worst of the week, Weezy. What you got?
Worst of the week, man. I got tricked into coaching girls softball, man.
Mm.
And
Yeah, you got y'all ass kicked again, didn't you?
Damn.
yeah, it was rough season for.
Yeah.
It's a rough season.
Mm.
Got a team. They fixing. They fixed. I got a team full of 5-year-olds. Everybody else got a team full of 6-year-olds.
Oh, they sex you up.
Okay.
They sex
I ain't
you
gonna lie,
up.
that's
You
no
the
doubt.
first base coach, third base coach,
I'm first base coach.
first base coach. Okay.
And I'm in the field with them trying to get them ready. That's the hard
They
part.
sex you up.
They set you up with
They
that.
sex you up.
You
At
do
least
that.
a 6-year-old might have been out there one time before.
The
Right.
6-year-olds can actually catch the ball and throw it to the
Sex
first
you
base.
up. They got you.
5-year-olds gonna get it and just look at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I do now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing, son.
Yeah.
Just nothing.
Yeah. How many girls or boys? Even.
No, it's all girls.
It's all
Oh.
girls.
It's all girls. It's even rough.
Yeah. May God bless you, my brother. Godspeed. to you,
Yeah, I'm
my
recruiting.
brother.
NIL deal. Come on. Yeah, I'm recruiting.
You got a bankroll.
Yeah, NIL deal.
Everything wrong.
Yeah. Big girl dollhouse on me. Come on.
My worst of the week is 2K Day. Came, went. Nobody was really talking about it. I think it's college football.
Yeah.
I think it's a little bit of Madden. And on top of that, the NFL season is about to start. People just excited about everything else. But the game is actually good. It's just nobody's playing it. Cameraman, you ain't even got it yet. You ain't even going to get it. It'll be on sale November. Only reason I got it early was because of the league pass. You get league pass. Yeah. I'm a what? No, league.
Now the league pass.
No,
make it
that's a
work.
good deal, bro.
That make it work. The game and league pass for 150. is-
150,
yeah.
and it was a 10% off, so I really got it for 137.
That makes sense. That works.
He don't want to watch the basketball. That much basketball.
Okay,
He don't
I
care.
got you.
Yeah.
Worst of the week, coach.
Worst of the week, man, is Florida State scheduling college football, man. We'll talk about it a little later, but bad scheduling, man. Bad scheduling for the Seminoles.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you don't even want to talk about that. So what you got, Jeff?
Man, I had to school a young man this week. Was at the gym.
I'm about to say, I forgot about this. I already heard.
Had to school a young man at the gym this week, man. He pulled up, it was about 6 a.m. And the young man circled my car twice, cameraman, on his bike. And it's 6 a.m., so I seen him the first time. And I seen him the second time, and he hit me with the roll your window down. I said, nah. He said, nah, I just want to ask you something. I said, hey, man, you almost got your life took. It's 6 o'clock in the morning playing. He said, no, I just want you to subscribe to my YouTube page. I respect the hustle, but please, young people, understand, some of us were from a different era, and that is not how you get somebody.
You on shy.
Yeah. I think you had something on your mind that I need to take off. So,
Redemption might have been on his mind.
Think is on your mind.
Yeah.
Rap.
So anyway, please, young people,
Stay safe.
stay safe out there.
Or
I
stay
understand.
dangerous.
I respect your hustle. Or if you're gonna stay dangerous, stay dangerous. But
Yeah.
if you really out here with good intentions, that's not how you get noticed, man.
Ah.
His music might even be good. I ain't even got it
Shout
right.
out to the young man.
Shout out to him.
Yeah.
Rookie. Make sure you check us out on iTunes, Facebook, Instagram, Google Play, Spotify, YouTube, and Amazon Music to catch up on the full archive of past episodes of FSP. Just simply search for Sport Press Podcast. J-Ho
Yes, sir.
and Weezy.
What it do?
You guys have a yellow box of Cheerios recipient for our listeners.
We do.
Yeah.
This week's award recipient is none other than my co-host Jay's girl,
Yeah, it's my girl.
Sheryl Swoopes.
Yeah, when I found out people don't like Sheryl Swoopes.
That's not
It's tough. It's tough. Yeah, she is. Yeah, she got 3 MVPs. The Sheryl Swoopes saga regarding Caitlin Clark has become a soap opera, and it's sad. All the way back in April of 2023, Swoopes appeared visibly upset when discussing Clark's breaking her NCAA tournament scoring record. Cheryl's gripe was that Caitlin played one more game, which was a legitimate point. All in all, she stopped after one more year because she could have played one more year and really blew things out of the water, but she went ahead and went to the WNBA, and we see where she's at now. She continued with her critical approach to discuss Clark. She also recently claimed that the Fever could still make the playoffs without Caitlin Clark, and neglected to mention Clark giving credit for the team in its recent play and making the playoffs, actually. Sheryl, come on, Sheryl.
Come on, Sheryl.
Come on, Sheryl.
They would not be making no playoffs without Caitlin Clark.
What I did realize is Sheryl Swoopes Weezy is not on everybody's top 5.
top 5 all time or
Yeah.
top 5 WNBA.
No, top
'Cause
5
that's-
WNBA.
Top 5 women
it's only-
basketball players of all time. She's there.
Which is the same.
You said she's not 5.
No, this is what I'm telling you. Only one person has more MVPs in this league.
If you factor in everything she's accomplished in basketball, no doubt. But when the original conversation, listeners, I'm sorry y'all missed that, was top 5 WNBA.
She is. I literally said there's nobody in the entire
she got a teammate
WNBA that has more MVPs than Sheryl Swooped.
Asia about
Yeah.
It's okay. It's all right.
That's what home with that PowerPoint on you.
But we went through the list. She's 6.
He hard to beat when you go home and study. Go home and study. He'll bad lawyer there.
She's 6.
Did a little more research.
Yeah.
You put out a little more research.
When you go home and study, it's
Hey, bro.
his price go up then. He's real hard to beat. Yeah.
I still ain't giving him 5
Nah,
either.
she got it.
Hey,
She's
I'm
6.
just saying, she got the most rings and also the most MVPs, tied for most. So
Tied for most.
Yeah, with who
make sure
though?
you say that.
Yeah, with who?
With
though?
her teammate. Her teammate got the same amount of
No,
rings.
no, I'm talking about MVPs.
Asia about to break that.
No, Asia only got 2.
Is she about to have 3 this year?
No, she only she got 2, but that's
she
what
go-
I'm saying.
yeah, she gonna have 3.
She already has 3. We ain't
Okay.
talking about, you're already going ahead. I'm talking about right now.
Shaq, remember when they did the top 50 NBA
Oh,
players?
God.
Shaq made top 50 NBA players off projection alone.
All I'm saying is, and I agree, I literally said when we recorded, yes,
Yeah.
I think that Asia Wilson will be the best.
Yes.
But what I'm telling you right now, Sheryl Swooped is top 5.
And we named you 5 that
and
eclipsed
I'm
her.
trying to tell you, the only person that has more MVPs
I hear you.
and also more championships is her teammate. So in
Cynthia
turn,
Cooper.
so come on.
We had Cynthia Cooper at number 3.
And Cynthia Cooper is not, that's what I'm trying to tell you. She's not better than Sheryl. How you have, never mind, I ain't finna do that. I ain't finna do that. Yeah, I'm gonna take it to my dog, Swoops. Yeah, that's my dog. You guys ready to get started the first half?
Let's do it.
Full Sport Press.
This your boy FSP Weezy. Join us each and every Monday on all streaming platforms. And don't forget, everything is paid for.
The revolution will be podcasted. First half, shit. How does sports news of the past week like we do each and every week here at the Full Sport Press podcast. Before we get started, I'm J-Ho.
It's your boy Big Jeff.
It's your boy Weezy.
It's your man, Coach Locke.
Big Jeff. I'm ready to rock.
I know.
Big Jeff, where can they find you on social media, my brother?
Oh, Weezy, thanks for asking. You can find me at JEasley84 across all social media platforms.
Coach Locke.
Oh,
Talk to
man.
him.
Nothing's changed. It's Locke _the_ great. That's THA. Get at me.
Jay, tell him where he can. Well, I don't know if they can talk to you.
Camera.
Yeah, I know. Wait, we can't hear. It's okay. I'm J-Hove on Instagram and Twitter. Let's talk on Twitter. Florida Gators are 0-1, but the San Francisco 49ers are 0-0. So we're going to start
Not
fresh.
for long. I'm FSP _Weezy on IG. I'm at How Weezy on Twitter. Holla at me.
I'll let you. Yeah. And the Titans will start off 0-4.
Damn.
Yeah. I ain't doing that. Jeff, it's your time.
My 100 to your 5. My 500 to my 500 to your 100.
No, don't pay. Of course, bro.
My 500 to your 100.
Jeff, please.
I had to let that play out. That escalated fast, Karen, man.
I'm a change man.
All right, let's get going. It is that time of the year, Karen, man. It is fantasy football season, so that means it is week 1 of the FSP Fantasy Football League. Let's go. First matchup, we got the return of the MAC. One time for Reagan versus Bishop. Sick of my team. One time for Cam. Reagan is projected to win that one by 1 point. Pardon me, by 10ths of a point. Pardon me. Shout out to them. Show me them TDs. One time for Parham. I know he's listening. Got to change that name. Big Dog versus Mike Leach's pirate ship. One time for D. Harris. That is projected to come down to 10ths of a point as well. Moving on to that N-word in 10,000. One time for Twin. That's a long name for no reason. Versus Now Watch God. Still the best name in the league. Twin is projected to win that one by a 5-piece. Moving on to Hair Jordan. One time for AB. That's a tough break there for old Jordan Love, brother. Versus Broke Dak Mountain. P.O. hates Dak Prescott. That is insane. P.O. is projected to win that one by 3 points in his first round matchup. To be determined. One time for reigning defending champion Chaz versus the imaginary players. That's Coach Wayman. Coach Wayman's projected to win that one by a 6-piece. And myself, Follow the Buzzards versus Shane, third string commentator. Shane is projected to win that one by 3 points. Come on, Buzzards, get it together. Yeah. And that is week 1 of the FSP Fantasy Football League.
Shout out to the guys. Somebody ain't get paid. We got any?
We got 2 of them.
We got full payment.
Nah, we got 2 people.
Okay. Next week you're on blast. Next week you are on blast.
You on deck.
Yeah. Let's kick things off with some Florida football talk, man. The first full college football weekend has left Florida and Florida State wallowing in anguish together. The Gators started Billy Napier's make or break third season with a 24-point home embarrassment to a peer program in a similar situation in the Miami Hurricanes. The 0-2 Seminoles are 0-2 in conference. Heading into week 2 in the misery loves company spirit, let's take a look at the Gators and Noles. Let's start off things with Florida State. We would let the Florida State guys roll with it. How do you guys feel about the current state of the Florida State Seminoles, Jeff?
It was high hopes coming into this year.
It was
falsehoods on my
on your thing.
I don't think I put anything up there.
Yeah, you damn lie. Florida State will win the ACC in the year of 2024 and 2025.
I did say that. Ooh. That's still doable. It's still doable.
Well, that's how that changed right there. Top right corner.
It is
something.
We're done. It's still doable.
The season is done.
The season. No, wait.
No, it was this year.
I said it got the dates up there.
Hey, man,
I said
it right there, bro.
I said it.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Yeah. Shout out to it's doable.
I know. I know what you're trying to do.
To me, the season is over with. So much is riding pause on that Memphis game that's coming up. For Florida State, to be fair, if Norvell goes 0-3, he should not be able to still be that head coach when that clock hits 0. You cannot start the season 0-3 with Florida State. That's impossible. Mm-hmm. So to me, it is doable. You beat Clemson and you beat Miami. You now have a shot at an ACC championship. That's the bottom line. But at the end,
Stone Cold says so.
Yeah, Stone Cold says so. You're right about that. Good job, Jay. But right now, the situation looks bleak, and I ain't talking about Memphis.
Yeah. Go ahead, Lot.
Season's over.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's over, man. We with the team that we have right now, we cannot beat Miami. I just don't see it. I ain't gonna lie, Jeff. If he goes 0-3, I don't think they'll fire him after coming off of 13-0. I think he's done enough where they'll let him stay, especially knowing the quarterback situation we've been put in.
And that payout $60 million.
Yeah, that payout is too much, so he'll still be there. Which I think he'll be fine. It's just the season was lost unfairly because. And I know we always say the scheduling is bad, but the conference is the one that does the scheduling for conference games. Mm-hmm. So you can't help how they schedule them. So that's our conference fault for doing that. Yeah. So I don't understand why they did that. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, it's over with for us this year. We got to go and get ready for 25-26 year.
I hate to be the dead horse, guys, but I know we were talking about this. Should Mike Norvell left to take the Alabama job instead of Kalen DeBoer because he was on the short list? It was him, Kalen DeBoer, and Dan Lanning.
They made Alabama made the right choice.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mike Norvell wouldn't have lasted 2 weeks at Alabama.
If he don't get this shit rolling, he's gonna be applying for an assistant job at Alabama. Yeah, telling you that.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, they picked the wrong quarterback in the transfer portal.
Well, they couldn't afford it.
No. We could afford it. They chose not to pay.
No, y'all couldn't afford
tight.
it. You just told me that.
No, they said they're tight with the money. They didn't want to pay them.
So that means you can't afford them.
No, I mean, you could afford it. I can go buy a bag of chips right now.
They drafted. I mean, they picked a backup. He's a backup at best. Yeah. He's
not a power 5.
He's topped out.
This is the thing.
As good as you're going to get. He's topped out.
And I told you guys this as well. I didn't understand why none of those guys played for Mike Norvell in that game against Georgia where you get your ass kicked 63-3. Like, I just think that if it was another coach or they respected the coach or the program, people would have played in said game, and you just left 14 starters out. I think that looked bad on the program. And it looked bad on Mike Norvell, and I think it bled into week 0 of this year and right on in the week 1.
I don't think they would have played whoever it was. Yeah, I don't think it was a shot at Norvell. I think it was a shot at the college football playoff.
Yeah.
They like, y'all don't respect us enough to go 13-0 and let us play, then we just not going to play. Especially because I'm about to go pro anyway.
And it's a meaningless bowl game.
Yeah, but I also look at it, too, as if it was other coaches, Mike Norvell didn't have the same pool as Kirby Smart because Kirby Smart had people that got drafted the exact same time and they played as well.
Brock Bowers didn't play.
Brock Bowers, he didn't play the last 7 games, Jeff.
The other backup tight end didn't play. They had people sit out. What I'm saying is
backup tight end.
He's still getting drafted.
He's still playing right now.
That's what I'm saying. But he didn't play in that ball game though.
No, the only person that didn't play for them is Brock Bowers because he hadn't played for 7 games.
I guess my point, what I'm saying is, if when the NCAA went to that playoff system, you made bowl games irrelevant. So if I'm a school like Florida State that plays for national championships, each year. The goal is to win a national championship every year in Florida State. If I'm not competing for a national championship, why on earth am I risking my body?
But it's
in
still a New Year's Six
reason?
bowl, and on top of that, you get a ring,
I'm
and on
sorry.
top of that, you get more money.
I'm sorry. I'm with you. That's a good pitch. That's a good sales pitch. But if I'm a player and there's nothing on the line for this but a New Year's Six game that doesn't mean anything in the grand scheme of things, I'm not playing either.
Same guys from Georgia went out there and played.
Jared Versus in the NFL right now getting a check.
Yeah, I mean,
and did not play.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
the
check
same
out-
guys they didn't get screwed though.
I did my homework too. man.
I get what you're saying, but man, but the only failure that I can see, Jeff, you didn't say shit for 2 minutes right there. But one failure that I can see with that is DJ can't play. Like, he was a failure at Clemson, he was a failure at Oregon State. Now he goes to Florida State, and just I don't think that you guys trusted him. Clearly, the game plan was to make sure that you don't do things to kind of exploit how bad of a quarterback he was, whatever the case may be. And on top of that, the defense couldn't stop anybody. So
That's the problem.
Yeah,
That's a big problem.
Yeah. Moving on to the Florida Gators, we'll make this very fast. Our schedule is Murderer's Row. I don't know why they set it up like this. I don't know who set it up, but I think Billy Napier, he alienated an entire fan base, saying that people in basements, that they don't even have basements in Florida, or people screaming in the computer chairs. And you don't alienate a fan base, especially when you go out and have 8 preseason ranked teams on your schedule. So Billy, this should be sinking, brother. This should be sinking. I don't know what the hell he's trying to think about going about this, but in 26 games, he's 11-15, and we're looking at our 4th consecutive losing season. That's something that ain't never happened. So
Shout out to him.
Bad in Florida.
buying out for $25 million though for Billy Napier is gonna be a tough sell, even in Florida, in Gainesville too.
You got to let that ride out.
Yeah.
Not until the end of the season. We still got a shot.
Yeah.
We got to play the game.
Okay, all right, go ahead. I ain't gonna get it.
Weezy, you want Lane Kiffin to come there, don't you? So you can. So
Y'all need. Well, you want Lane Kiffin to come.
no, I'm asking you. You want Lane Kiffin to come to Florida?
Where be a better place?
Okay, say less.
I wouldn't leave where he's at for Florida.
You're a damn lie.
No.
Shit.
I
What?
wouldn't leave where he's at.
Yeah, Florida's a
Okay,
better.
when the last time
No.
Ole Miss played
Wait.
meaningful football?
No, you're right.
Yeah.
Florida is
Oh, I
a
see
better
what you're saying.
program.
Yeah.
I don't think Lane Kiffin should go to Florida.
Well, where would Lane Kiffin land at? Right,
That
he went to USC and got
Saying
smoked
he-
out.
getting too
He's
much
doing.
trouble out
Jeff,
there.
he's grown up now.
No,
I don't know.
He's saying he's getting trouble out there.
that'll be bad for Lane
You
Kiffin.
don't know that.
I mean,
You don't know that.
I'm not. Florida's a better program. True indeed. I'm not questioning that. Just Lane Kiffin might get himself in trouble out there.
Okay.
Let's keep it in. Let's keep it in football, but move to the NFL, cameraman. Fresh off of seeing Justin Jefferson secure $110 million guaranteed, 88.7 at signing bonus, and the Cowboys CD Lamb getting $100 million guaranteed with $67 million at signing, all that guaranteed. The market has been reset, and young Jamar Chase says he wants in. He wants in, cameraman. He is now holding out, popping in street clothes, coming to practice late, doing all the things he can to get to his money. He is holding out allegedly for $35 million per year. Is he worth that? Starting with you, Weezy.
I don't think he's worth that right now today. He showed me something on paper that he's done better than on a consistent basis than Justin Jefferson.
I think Coach got a stat for that. You can go ahead, Coach
Show
Lane.
me.
He has 1 less touchdowns and 15 less games.
That ain't enough.
That ain't enough.
Not
You
on
think that's
consistent.
enough?
Not on consistent.
I mean, because
basis.
that's what his agent is walking into the door in Cincinnati and saying, "Hey, my man's is doing this, and this, and 15 less."
A
games.
whole less season, basically.
But
He's only 1 touchdown.
Justin
behind.
Jefferson didn't play them but 8 games last
That's
year.
true. I'm just saying,
That's
still
still
15
more games.
Still 15 games. Still 15 less. I
With the better quarterback.
now I agree.
And more people in the passing room.
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson don't have a T. Higgins or a Tyler Boyd in his passing room. I know he don't have Tyler Boyd now, but
Yeah.
we'll
Both.
get there.
We'll get there.
It's about
Because
both, though.
I think it's unheard of for a player that still has 2 years of his rookie deal to walk into a room and say, "Hey, I want another contract."
Unless you're a quarterback.
Unless the team does that, right? So that's what the Miami Dolphins did with because they saw the writing on the wall. Jalen Waddle would have got $30 million just like Tyreek Hill if they didn't go ahead and sign him early. That's just smart negotiating. They did the same thing with Devontae Smith. So yes, those guys want that money, but Justin Jefferson, CD Lamb, AJ Brown, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Brandon Ayuk, Tyreek Hill are your top 5 most expensive wide receivers in the league right now. I think Jamar Chase is in the middle of that, where he's at right now, not necessarily at the top.
As far as
I think CeeDee Lamb's a better player than him.
Skill and ability, he's in the middle.
I think CeeDee
You
Lamb's
named
a better
7
player.
players. So where do we put Jamar Chase? I'm sure you got Justin Jefferson 1.
You damn right.
You got CeeDee Lamb 2.
I set him in the middle. He's in the middle.
So
him and AJ Brown are the same. Well, you got to look at Tyreek Hill is 31. So that's, you know what I'm saying?
So you got AJ Brown at 3.
I got
Chase
him
at
and
4.
Jamar Chase tied for 3rd.
Okay.
I think he should get right around 32 million, just like AJ got.
I respect it. Go ahead, Coach.
I mean, yeah, I don't think he should get as much as Justin got, but he should get close to it, like Jay mentioned. But based on some of the numbers he's putting up, yes, he has the touchdowns, like I said, but he has 2,100 yards less than Justin Jefferson does, 169 less targets than Justin Jefferson does. So even though he's getting the end zone, everything else he's not accumulating the yards. Now he did, like we know, Joe Burrow was hurt a whole year, so that has a lot to do with it. But I still don't think he's quite worth what Justin Jefferson is worth.
To me, I think those numbers speak to how he is worth that, because if you're still putting up that type of numbers with the type of quarterbacks they had to roll out in those 2 years that Joe Burrow was out, and you're still only 1 touchdown behind the presumed number 1 receiver in the game, that says a lot. And then also it is speaking more to Joe Burrow and the success that Cincinnati has had. You need to keep that core nucleus together. And that's, if you picked Jamar Chase over picking Penei Sewell and you're going with Jamar Chase, you got to keep Jamar Chase in Cincinnati.
You do.
And this is how you do it. So I understand if I'm his agent, I'm walking in saying this is his production. This is his production, sharing the ball with 2 other number 1-ish, 1.5 receivers, and this guy's still putting up these type of numbers. He's one of the best in the league. Pay him as such.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're only worth the time that you get to negotiate and the leverage that you have right now. I just don't think he has any leverage to do so. Just like Justin Jefferson could have did the exact same thing, but he came in, played a whole another year, got hurt, pulled his hamstring, still got the same amount of money, and he got 1,000 yards in 7 games. So that's nuts. But yeah, I mean, I think they're both great. Like Jamar Chase, it's not a step down per se. Yeah. I watched AJ Brown. I'll talk to you guys about that at halftime. But man, AJ Brown, he's a tough out. Golly, he's a tough out. Before we get started with halftime, let's talk some more NFL business. A document is circulating on social media detailing a PR plan for a Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce breakup. The Daily Mail reports that a document allegedly created by a Los Angeles-based PR firm, Full Scope, details an exact date that Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift will break up and gives an action plan on how to deal with the presumed media frenzy. The PR company listed on the document says it is a forgery. As of now, neither Swift nor Kelce has made a public response about said document's coach. Is this a big deal, little deal, or no deal?
I don't think it's a big deal. I don't think it was a business deal. I think they are 2 adults that came across each other's paths and decided to take it a little further than what they originally were, and it ended up blowing up because of who Taylor Swift is. Man, what happened from that, I can't speak on, but I don't think this was set up like her agent and her company, her background said, hey, we're going to put you with one of the best tight ends in football and make you guys a couple to make it blow up to get this money. Now, we know that they've benefited tremendously. We do know that. Like Kelce and his brother had the $100 million deal for their podcast. So we've seen them make some money off of it, but I don't think this was planned and set out to happen.
Jeff.
I'm with Coach. I don't think this was a business deal. I do think some people looked around while they were together and some light bulbs went off in the room and said, we could turn this into something. And they definitely did. But I don't think that was the initial decision. I do think both. I do think it has been mutually beneficial for both. Like, I think Travis has, found he's put to bed Killer Trav. Found his inner Travis, you know what I mean, and it developed that a little bit more. Taylor has decided, she wants to be, not a soccer mom, but a football girlfriend. So she's been able to embrace that, go to games, and be cool and show up and cheer with Ice Spice and all that. It's been beneficial.
Beneficial for all. What you got, Weezy?
I mean, he don't have his Joe Johnson beard no more. You know what I'm saying?
No, but every.
But he got, but he do got a Spring Hill, mustache.
Yeah, if he does that
From the Ville, what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, for sure. He does that in training camp. He has the nasty mustache, the cop stash.
But he got a Justin Bieber bangs too.
Bangs is nasty.
Yeah, he
got his Justin Bieber bangs now.
Yeah.
He used to go to the barbershop and get a line up now.
Yeah, he did. Now I ain't gonna
he got an edge up.
Fade.
Now
He
caught flack for that light fade too.
Yeah.
His barber saying that he was the originator.
Yeah, that's what he was going. He was going.
Yeah.
He's going for the bottle girl. I mean, they were breaking bottles to his section.
Yeah, so this
and now,
no.
Now they raised the rope. You know what I'm saying? They're breaking bottles to his section.
The section is a lot bigger if you're dating Taylor Swift.
But I'm saying though, he ain't swag surfing no more.
Oh yeah, no, you're damn.
Nah, he ain't swag surfing no more.
Yeah. Taylor Swift is swag. Unfortunately,
everybody swag surfing now.
Yeah, but they swag surfing over there.
But it makes sense. I knew this was fake from the beginning because I knew this guy when he got to the NFL, and I saw his work on and off the court, the field, wherever he was at. And Travis Kelce, he likes him. He likes him. He likes him. He likes him a certain way.
I think he likes
I'm telling you, I seen his real work got tight. And Taylor Swift makes sense, but it makes zero sense in the form of what this guy's used to. Now, granted, everybody has those people that they go off the mark a little bit with, and it's like, man. It's a little. I didn't see that one coming, but at the same time, too, if you get $100 million podcast deal, your brother gets on Monday Night Football. You're on every commercial, and on top of that, Taylor Swift is looking at it like, okay, what's the biggest way for me to push this album that I'm dropping in April and do it where? Where could I do it in the United States? Probably the biggest sport in the United States, which is football. Mm-hmm. She had a week 4 all the way through the Super Bowl, a winning Super Bowl year to promote her album. Just so happens her album came out in April, and she got on a TV station right after the Super Bowl and said, I got an album coming out in April, guys. Yeah. In the Grammys. Come on, man. That's all it took. Yeah. So in turn, yes, this is a business deal. And it makes sense. And it worked for everybody involved.
I like it.
I don't know about that.
It's going to work for... Now, this is the thing. When they break up, watch it back. Yeah, it's going to be nasty for Travis Kelce. Because they're going to break up.
He's going to retire by then.
And that's the thing, too. If you're with... And then I'm out of here. It's when...
Watch yourself.
You was doing good.
Watch yourself.
If this brother, because Killer Trav at the end of the day, he ain't no fool. If you have been dating this girl since November, and you right now all the way through in September, and she ain't, and you ain't shot that thing up yet.
See?
Nah.
Y'all ready for halftime?
See, I told him.
Let's do it. Let's go to halftime.
He didn't listen. He didn't listen. He didn't listen.
You check us out on iTunes, Facebook, Instagram, Google Play, Spotify, Beyond Pod, YouTube, Amazon Music, and Amazon Music. Hey, if you got Amazon Prime,
hell yes, there too.
Make sure you do all that, all right? And when these ads start showing, ads are free if you got Amazon Prime or Amazon Music. Make sure you check that out. All right, to get on the full archive of past episodes of FSP, just simply search for Sports Press Podcast.
Halftime, we are back with FSP's Heisman list each week. This college football season, FSP will take a look at the 2024 Heisman Trophy race and break down the contenders. Coming in at number 4, we have Arizona wide receiver Teatora McMillan. He's plus 2,000 right now to win the Heisman. He looked every bit of the first-round pick and the Biletnikoff winner that I predicted a couple of weeks back with an unstoppable 10-catch, 304-yard, 4-touchdown day. Up next, the number 20 Wildcats have a home game versus Northern Arizona. Arizona's favored by 21.5 points. Moving into number 3, we have quarterback from Ole Miss, Jackson Dart. He's plus 1,200 right now. Lane Kiffin is going to give his star player a shot to win the Heisman Trophy, which in turn will look good with DJ Lagway in Florida next year. He tore up Furman.
He's what he doing right now.
I'm just saying, just soft launch right there.
I know.
He lit up Furman's defense for 6 total touchdowns under just 40 plays. Up next, number 6 Rebels are at home against Middle Tennessee State University. Exit 81. Shout out to Jeff. Ole Miss is favored by 42 points. Coming in at number 2, we have Colorado wide receiver Travis Hunter. And he's a cornerback as well. He's plus 1,200. He's brilliant in the 31-26 win over North Dakota State with 7 catches for 132 yards and 3 touchdown catches. Hunter had a Heisman moment in the corner as he caught that nasty touchdown over a blanketed North Dakota State cornerback. Colorado's on the road against Nebraska. Nebraska is favored by 7 points. And number one on the list for week one is Alabama quarterback Jalen Milroe. He's plus 800. Just the perfect start to a 2024 college football season for Milroe in his first game under the tutelage of Kalen DeBoer. Milroe casually racked up 5 total touchdowns. The number 5, Crimson Tide, are at home against South Florida. Alabama's favored by 30 points. And that is our list for the Heisman week one. Yeah. So, no, Heisman, out of contention would be next week. There's some people that could be mentioned. Cam Ward, he threw an interception. Shador, he threw an interception. These are clean days.
Tough critic, man. You're tough critic.
Yeah. We'll get there.
Notice how his was FSP, cameraman, but when I do the NBA power rankings, it's just Jeff.
Oh, yeah, that's your ass. Yeah. Are you guys ready to get started with the second half?
Let's shoot there.
J-Ho. Check us out each and every Monday. The Revolution will be podcast. Revolution will be podcast. Second half, we are here to talk about college football's contenders or pretenders after week one. I am J-Ho.
It's your boy Big Jeff.
It's your boy Weezy. What it do?
It's your man, Coach Locke.
Cameraman, week one of the college football season is in the books, and while most of the marquee matchups from the opening week proved to be fairly lopsided, it still feels like we're learning quite a bit. Some of it good, some of it very, very bad. Here's U Florida and Florida State. College football is back in full swing, and that in mind, here are 5 teams and 5 players that we can predict as contenders or pretenders from around the country in the opening week. Now, guys, if you are a contender as a team, that means you are competing for a college football playoff spot. If you're a pretender as an individual player, you're competing for an individual award. First things first is the USC Trojans. Fight on, Weezy. Contender or pretender?
I'm not gonna say contender yet. I'm be honest. I'm be honest. But they made a significant change this year by signing by getting a defensive coordinator.
Yep, DeAnton Lynn.
DeAnton Lynn.
Mm-hmm.
That was the big thing because we know with Lincoln Riley, we can pencil him in for 24 points a game. I don't care who we playing against.
Yeah.
You can pencil him in for 24 points a game.
But 24 points ain't gonna get you a win in college football.
It ain't gonna get you a win, but you can put him down for 24 points before the game even starts. Okay. He can give you 50.
Yeah.
Depends on how the game going.
Okay.
But he can't get a stop.
Okay.
Now if we get 2-3 stops a game,
there you go. See, that shit be slipping. Slippers count. What you got, Jeff?
Now, I did not like how they celebrated after beating LSU like they won the national championship. I did not like that, but I do think with that defense, this team is a contender.
Yeah. What you got, Coach?
I think they're a pretender, man. I know Miller Moss took over for Caleb Williams in his debut, had 378 yards on 27-36 in that game. And like Weezy mentioned, the defense looked legit. But I think they're not going to be quite good enough to make the college football playoff run, as in making it the Final Four. They of course, they have a shot to make it to 12 because it's extended out. But I don't think they're a legit team that I would go on the limb and say they can win a national championship. So I have them as a pretender.
Yeah, like Weezy mentioned, that impressive debut for DeAnton Lynn was something that USC fans have been looking out for years. There'll be some challenges ahead, but I don't think they'll face a better team with LSU, solid quarterback, strong group of receivers, and also a very, very good offensive line, a guy that'll be a top 5 pick as well. So I just think that if Caleb Williams had this team, it would look a lot better. I think Miller Moss would be good. He's no Caleb Williams, absolutely. But after this game, I think the main thing that I worry about with USC is that offensive line because LSU was able to penetrate that line very easily. So I have them as a pretender as well, guys. All right, moving on to Weezy's guy, Dylan Raiola from Nebraska. Jeff, is he a contender or a pretender?
Hey, man, young Patrick Mahomes, doppelganger, he's a contender to me. The kid, I know the kid's a freshman. Kid makes the throws. He's got some moxie. He's leaning into the Patrick Mahomes look-alike thing, the hair, the everything. I'm here for it, man. Put on the show. Box office matchup against Shador in week 2.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of guys try to emulate somebody, it never works out that well for him.
Well-
What you got, Coach?
Go ahead. I'm gonna come back to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have him as a pretender. I think the kid is gonna be good eventually. I don't think this should be the year. There's too many other quarterbacks that he would have to take presence over. Even though he lived up to the hype that they talked about in his week 1 matchup against UTEP, he was 19 for 27, 238 yards, 2 touchdowns. But like Jeff mentions, we'll really see how good he really is when they face Colorado, who doesn't have a great defense.
No.
So if he does go out there and go for 300, it's not like he played against the defenses that we've seen, like Alabama defense or something like that.
Right.
But right now, I have him as a pretender as of now.
Weezy.
He got a live on.
Yeah.
Let's say that about the kid.
It's your man.
He got a live on,
Man.
and he got a good coach around him.
Matt Rule is a good college coach.
Matt Rule is a good college coach.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I got to see him against a little bit more better talent.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna say he's a contender
Okay. Yeah.
in the quarterback realm. Yeah.
Yeah, in the quarterback round. He's definitely a pretender right now because that Nebraska team isn't as good as we will see in the years to come. But this is the best quarterback they've had in a very, very long time, and it's easily the best quarterback that Matt Rule's had since Temple. So if you go back and look at it as a clear upgrade, yes, at the quarterback position for Nebraska, but as far as contending for a individual award, some freshman awards, yeah, but I think it's a guy that's a freshman quarterback is equally good and will get a little bit more hype as we get on down this list for sure. So definitely a pretender in 2024, 2025. Next up, we have the Colorado Buffaloes. Coach, are they contenders or pretenders?
I think they're pretenders this year. As of now, the lack of the run defense is what really worries me about them. They gave up 157 yards on the ground to North Dakota State, who we know is one of the top teams at the FCS, and 277 passing yards. So if you can't stop North Dakota State from running the ball, how are you going to stop guys in the Big 12 from running the ball? I mean, Shedeur still is running for his life, not as quite as much as last year, but for them to have put a focal point on that, it doesn't look like it's made that big of a difference. So with them struggling against North Dakota State, I have to have them as a pretender.
Jeff?
Yeah, they have more like what Coach saying, but also adding on, like, they have a tough schedule
They do.
in the Big 12, like, for them talent wise, right? They have two all world players, but they also have to play against a conference that is, like, just like last year they was in the big when it was in Pac-12, like, people are looking for them. People are hunting for them, right?
2 and 2 possibles. 2 and 2 possibles.
All world
That'd go to
players.
3.
All world players.
Jimmy Horn like
Jimmy
that,
Horn's
yeah.
he's solid. I don't no, but
That's impossible.
I'm talking about day one draft picks. Day one, they got
They
two
got
day
two
one.
day
Their
one.
college
freshman
stuff.
offensive lineman will be.
We talking about college.
Okay, eventually, you're right, Coach.
Those are
In
the
3 years.
Yeah. In 3 years, he should be. But right now, they got two guys.
Yeah, for this
That
draft,
we know
for
for
this
sure.
draft next
That we
year,
know
they
for
got
sure.
2 guaranteed to be first
For
first
sure.
picks.
Yeah, I'm just that's
But the rest of the team is a bad spades hand. All possibles.
2 and 2
I
possibles.
don't know about a bad spades
All
hand.
possibles. They can turn into something.
Yeah, if they make a bowl game, they're contender.
Sometimes a Jack walk, y'all.
Sometimes a Jack walk. You hear me?
That's a possible.
And the big joker don't always walk.
Sometimes
Yeah,
a
it
Queen
does.
will walk now.
Now I
Yeah,
ain't
it
played a
does.
game with a
Wait,
big
man.
joker.
I'm just joking,
I ain't
Coach.
got-
Yeah, nah, I mean,
I ain't
you don't
never
know how to
played
play
a game.
space. You don't know how to play
You
space.
can told on
Now, I don't
yourself
play
right there.
You told on yourself.
You told on
told on
yourself.
yourself.
I don't play space.
Yeah, I clearly.
We know.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
Fuck. Here's the
Yeah. That's
Damn.
dumb.
Y'all gonna clip it? Yeah.
Got me.
I'm done.
The static got me out of there from the last.
that was the one.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna clip it?
Oh yeah. Come on, man. Land.
I'm done.
Oh, you done? Okay, I'll move. So with the Colorado Buffaloes, that shows some many of the same problems that they had last year. At least in the first half, defense, like Coach mentioned, was sometimes that poor blocking up front, as well. But what they did show was that they were able to win the game. They lost a lot of games by 7 points or fewer, 5 to be exact. So the offense showed that they'll be one of the most prolific in the entire NCAA FBS. And I think that they are pretenders as well. But the main thing I worry about, and I want to talk to you guys about, is Travis Hunter. When he goes to the NFL, should he play wide receiver 1 or cornerback 1?
I think you should play wide receiver. That's where the money is. The money's in the wide receiver right now. His hands are immaculate. He won't have to worry about doing as much playing wide receiver. His body frame won't break down as much playing wide receivers. So I think he should play wide receiver.
Yeah.
I think he should play corner,
Same.
corner kick returner. Maybe run some special plays on offense if he has the right type of innovative coach.
Yeah.
But I think his I know that you said the money coach. They are making a lot of money at wide receiver, but I think his money is gonna come from playing corner.
Yeah. Hell, Jalen just got $24.5 million a
Yes,
year.
that's what I'm saying. If you can stop somebody, you gonna get some money.
Sauce finna get 28.
Yeah, if you can lock these wide receiver ones down, that's getting 35 and 30, they'll give you 27.
This time next year, Sauce Gardner will sign a 28 a year contract. So then that equals up to when Hunter gets there,
30.
it'll be 30.
30 ball.
Yeah, and that's wide receiver money right now.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money throwing out, man.
Yeah.
My back pedal nasty right now.
No, it's not. I think he needs wide receiver one is not his thing. I just don't think he has enough in the route tree. Like if you look at wide receivers now, I was watching it. AJ Brown, y'all. AJ Brown.
I hate to talk about him.
And
I know you do.
bro, AJ Brown, Jai Alexander's cold, and he was doing a great job
He was.
against him in the
He
second
was.
half.
He was.
Because he was like, oh shit, now he cooking me. Let me sit down. And he sat down on his ass in the second half.
Yeah.
But man, AJ Brown, that's a full route tree. Smitty, full route tree. I don't see Travis Hunter playing wide receiver one. I think it'll be too much for him. Cornerback one is
Jefferson ain't got a full route tree.
You're a damn lie.
No, they talk
Justin
about,
Jefferson.
No, they talk about how his
That has been said, though.
They talk
No,
about
that has
his
been said.
route. His route is not his greatness. That's not like what he.
No.
All they're saying is it's been said.
Right.
That's not been said.
Yeah.
I ain't saying it's
Okay.
been
Okay.
said.
Here we go.
He a top 3
What is his best attributes of wide receiver? It ain't his
hands.
Nah,
In his hands.
nah. It ain't his route running.
What is it?
I'm telling y'all, they
Speed
talk about
in his
they talk
hands.
about no,
Yes.
his feet, and then it's his route. Bro, I'm telling you, they talk about breaks. Now the person who got the best routes in the league right now is Devontae Adams. Keenan Allen's still up there, but people are talking about Justin Jefferson as a route guy, guys.
I don't know.
But
Cal really got some routes too.
He got some routes too, but he ain't played and he gambled a lot. So
But
let's move on. Let's get to what
that's
we
a low blow.
Yeah,
But right back to AJ Brown, real quick about AJ Brown. AJ Brown plays better when he talks shit. When you talk shit to AJ Brown, he plays better that way.
yeah. That's a lot of people. A lot of people
not
need a
everybody.
little kick. in
Not
the game.
everybody though.
Yeah.
Some people get rattled. You talk.
Yeah, well, he talks better when you talk shit to him. He plays
Moving
better.
back to college football.
Thank
That's what we're here for. Is Will Howard, quarterback from Ohio State, Weezy? Is he a contender or pretender?
I don't. Will Howard. Now, with the people around him, yeah, he's a contender. That team around him, Chip Kelly, that's a $20 million team right there. He's a contender with that team. But Will Howard, you put him on Clemson, he's a pretender. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but he's at Ohio State, so
that's what I'm saying.
So you're saying when he was at Kansas State, he
He's a
was
pretender.
definitely a pretender.
Yeah.
But now he's around all these guys. He's gonna look better, kind of like Bo Nix when he
Yeah.
was at Auburn.
Yeah.
He's at Oregon.
Yeah.
He looks better. He'll be a draft pick. I got.
Yeah, he gonna get tricked to somebody draft pick.
Say less. What you got, Jeff?
Bo Nick tricked the league into being a starting quarterback. We won. Though.
I don't
It
think Bo
worked
Nick's
out
a
for
trick.
him.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I ain't saying he gonna be like that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Bo Nix is
Yeah.
a scammer. Yeah. No. Yeah, I'm with you though. Yeah.
All right, so
I agree, Jeff.
Will that's crazy. Will Howard to me is a contender, similar to what we just said. He has too much. He has a fail-proof system and team around him to where he's going to put up video game numbers with those wide receivers.
Yeah. What you got, Coach?
I have him as a pretender. He does have the stars around him, but I think they still gonna put him in a game manager role. Like the freshman wide receiver Jeremiah Smith, who's got nothing but great reviews, is gonna have his years and he's gonna be spectacular. But I don't think Will Howard will rise to be the top of the QBs to be considered contender, because we're talking about he has to win the awards at the QB position to be that contender.
Yeah.
And I think he'll fall a little short because I think he would throw too many picks to get those awards.
I got you. Yeah. I have him as a contender, actually, not from the strength of what everybody else is saying, because he's at Kansas State and he balled. That team wasn't as good. They lost to TCU that Colorado beat. But this guy is really good. He's one of those guys that I didn't know that was as mobile. And I think with Chip Kelly, he thrives with having a mobile quarterback to lead said system. And I think that this is the best RPO guy they've had since Justin Fields. So to look to see what they taking advantage of his ability to move around in the pocket, they have a lot more that they can do, especially with their wide receiver room. So I love him as a contender. And I think this is one of the best teams in the entire NCAA. So, yeah, man, shout out to Will Howard. Definitely a contender for me. Next up, we have the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Jeff, contender or pretender?
I have them as a contender, strictly off of bias. Shout out to the home team. Shout out to Cam Williams, wide receiver for Notre Dame. I know he's listening. So I'm biased. I have them as a contender.
Okay, I heard you.
Yeah.
What you got?
What you got, Coach?
I have them as a contender as well. Anytime you go into Texas A&M and get a win on the road at Texas A&M, you're on the right path. They have a favorite remaining schedules. They only have 3 teams that were ranked in the top 25 in the preseason left on their schedule. So I have them a contender because the table is set up for them to have the kind of season to put them right where they need to be in the college football playoffs. So I have Notre Dame as a contender.
Weezy.
I got them as a pretender. I know they sorry as hell. They probably gonna lose the next game.
Man.
No.
That was good. That was good. That's what Jeff basically just did. So that was nice. Yeah, his spin move. He got in the booth and spin. But with Marcus Freeman being 28 since Brian Kelly left, he's held the ship together. On top of that, now he has Riley Leonard playing quarterback, dual threat guy. Definitely a pretender, mainly due to the fact that he can't get any higher at Notre Dame than a 5 seed in the college football playoffs. Being an independent, it's going to be very hard for him to get over 4 because, those core 4 guys are going to get there. So in turn, they might be at a 5 or as low as a 12, but they'll get there because that team will reach 10 wins this year. And that there's no reason for them to get to the college football playoffs because they don't have a conference to win. So yeah, I got them as a pretender and a contender at the same damn time. Next up, we have Diego Pavia from the Vanderbilt Commodores. Weezy, this is your guy, your quarterback one. How you feel, contender or pretender?
Right now, he's a contender. But here's the thing, I'm proud of Vanderbilt.
No, you're not. This
No,
is bullshit.
no, listen
This is
to me.
bullshit. You said they was gonna lose against Virginia Tech.
I did.
Yeah,
I did. But
you said that I was gonna win 1 game this year.
I ain't say that.
You said it was FCS.
Don't do that. Don't try to use my memory against me. I didn't say that. I said a lot of dumb shit, but don't use my memory against me. You said he tried to do it, Coach.
Go ahead.
You did it all the time. I'm on to you now. That's fucked up. Use my disability against me. That's messed up, dog. Yeah, he used it against me too.
Lock in,
Yeah. Damn, that's fucked up. Here's the thing. Vanderbilt finally went into the NIL bag.
Yeah.
And said, hey man, if we just go get this player, let's see what happens. Mm-hmm. They spent a little money. They got 51 new players.
That's an overhaul.
Yeah, that's overhaul.
that's Coach Prime.
Yeah, so they got 51 new players, and they kind of say, oh man, we spent a little money, we might can win. Mm-hmm. But they also got 2 new end zones they got to pay for.
They do.
They got 2 brand new end zones. They said it's top of the line. They got to pay for. Them hard seats ain't up there no more. Them big bleacher seats from the 80s ain't no better.
We was dancing. Yeah, we got a W. That was tough. That was my first and last game to go on Weezy.
Yeah, we was almost a real fight.
It was almost.
They almost got.
Jay almost didn't get nothing. Jay almost didn't get nothing.
Here we go.
Jay didn't. You're a damn lie. We locked in, but no.
Oh man.
But. No, but
yeah, he
said he was finna fight. That's what he said.
It was finna be a fight.
No, I didn't get in. We didn't get no Uber, bro.
Yeah, no. If y'all allowed you finna call an Uber.
I was finna get up out of there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But we didn't. Hostile territory.
Hey man, for Vanderbilt standards, this kid is a contender.
Okay.
Like to be in consideration now with that win of Virginia Tech. Now a bowl game is in play.
Yeah.
Right? You win your out of conference games and sneak up on a Florida or a Kentucky or someone like that. You get a bowl game out this year when you projected to win 1 or 2 games. So now you got something to play for. So shout out to Vandy.
Got Elkhorn State. Yeah, no, he gonna really ball. What you got, Coach?
As an individual, I have him as a pretender right now. They haven't had a legit threaded quarterback since they had Jay Cutler. So this guy, they're on the right path with getting him in there to play quarterback. Because he's a dual threat who can pass, who can run the ball, keep teams off balance, and he led Vandy to their home opening win against Virginia Tech, like Weezy mentioned. Will Vandy have better they've been in the past? Yeah, because like Jeff said, they've already started off 1-0, which they haven't done in who knows when. They won't contend for ACC chip, but so as a team-wise, it's pretender, individual, pretender.
Yeah, for Diego Pavia, this team is in need of that. I mean, I hate that Nate Johnson didn't get the starting gig because I like Nate Johnson, but at the same time, this kid he got a story, man. Walk-on guy at a JUCO. You walk onto a JUCO, then you go to New Mexico, get Conference USA Player of the Year. On top of that, you get them to 10 wins. Shout out to Clark Lee for trusting in Diego Pavia because he's a more matador. And on top of that, you get out there and you have now a guy that looks like Johnny Manziel. He's going to be, I think he makes it all SEC team. Diego Pavia.
You shouting out your middle school.
Yeah, I mean, it's my guy. We went to the same middle school. What are we talking about?
You shout out your middle school. That's tough.
Yeah, I mean.
You need to get you a more shirt. Find you a more shirt.
I can give me one. You can walk in there and buy some. But to have a guy that come from New Mexico State, y'all finally spent a little money. I'm buying into Pavia. Definitely a contender for me. Next up, we have the Miami Hurricanes. Jeff, contender or pretender?
Definitely a contender with Florida State wetting the bed a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah, you're right. Shit the bed.
God,
they couldn't control their bowels in the bed for Florida State.
Now that was a Route 44 piss in the bed right there.
Clemson. Clemson. What?
Go ahead, Jeff.
Clemson had a rough start as well. The ACC is Miami's for the taking, so they are contenders.
I have Miami as a contender, man. Quarterback plays most of the reason for that. That's half the battle in college football. You have a quarterback that can lead your team like Cam Ward can. You're on to something. And Miami hasn't had a quarterback get drafted in the first 3 rounds in over 20 years. We all know that's about to change. So with the way he's playing, he's going to lead Miami through the ACC, probably win the ACC, which should put them at a contender.
Yeah. Weezy.
The thing about Miami, this is what my dad always say. You can't get too high with the highs. Damn sure can't get too low with the lows. The thing is with Miami, they gotta go on and win. They gotta make this top 4. They gotta be top 5 team throughout the season.
Well, they're in the
but here's the thing. No disrespect to you, but they just beat Florida.
Okay.
And do we think Florida was a good team? Was Florida? They just beat Florida.
It's a rivalry game.
It's a rivalry game. They beat the hell out of Florida.
And when they was on the road, bro.
Yeah.
But is Florida good?
No.
That's just like back in the
environment.
It's more so how they won.
Yeah, man.
I'm just telling you. Yeah. They just beat Florida.
Okay, so you have them a contender or pretender? Which one?
I think they're gonna slip up. I mean, I got them as
Contender.
Pretender, yeah.
Okay, so yeah. But day one, my pick to win the ACC was the Miami Hurricanes because of Cam Ward. He took less money. Nope. Hell no. He said, I'm going to go to Miami, ball, go to a situation where I can play, get some more film for a guy that started in FCS all the way up to Wazoo now at the University of Miami. God damn, I'm fumbling today. They have real transfers on that team that can impact the game. The ACC is filled with question marks after week 1. I think that they have a legitimate chance of going 12-0 and winning the entire ACC. I think this is the first title that Mario Cristobal bring to Miami, man. So it's one of those ones, and it's all led by Cam Ward. They're only going to go as far as he can go.
True.
And I think, and the little wide receiver, number 7, Recipito. He's nasty.
Desposito.
Man, he is filthy. Woo-wee.
Let's move on.
Next up, we have Drew Allar, quarterback from the Penn State Nittany Lions. Coach, is he a contender or pretender?
He's a pretender, man. He does have a supporting cast to help him succeed, like Omari Evans, a wide receiver, the new offensive line, who only allowed 3 pressures against West Virginia. But I don't think he's going to be that top-notch quarterback throughout the Big Ten. They'll be solid like they always are, but they'll never be able to get over the hump when it comes to the big dogs in the Big Ten. They'll have a good year. They'll go to a bowl game, just won't go to college football playoff. So I have him as a pretender.
Jefferson.
I want this kid to be a contender, become a big James Franklin fan. But I do think it's going to be difficult for them to contend in the big how many teams they got in that division in this part now. So I have him as a pretender.
Weezy?
Man,
it's your coach.
Yeah, it's my coach, but I got this kid as a pretender just because it's his coach. Yeah. Because they don't win the big games.
Hell no.
They don't win at Ohio State. No. They don't win at Michigan. No. They might not win at Indiana if Indiana's good one year. Yeah. Here's the thing.
I will give him trouble.
But here's the thing, Coach. Y'all should have called him when it's time to schedule. He can schedule his ass off. Yeah. He gonna schedule some cupcakes or some Rudy Poos
to start off
the
West
season,
Virginia.
And he gonna beat the hell out of them.
Mm-hmm. But now he beat West Virginia at West Virginia in Morgantown. Now, what you're saying is correct. Against top 10 teams, he's 3-17.
Yeah.
Against top 25 teams, this man is 12-25.
And he always picks the first game to be like, he picks a team that's just okay. He know he can beat, but he know he could lose too. But he know he could beat.
Yeah.
Like Vanderbilt, he'll pick Western Kentucky.
Yeah.
It's not a really big upset if Western Kentucky beats Vanderbilt. But it's a real big deal if we beat the shit out of Western Kentucky.
It's smart coaching. But here's the thing, though. Since Vanderbilt all the way through Penn State, he's never had a running back and quarterback situation like he has right now. So that's why I think that he will be a contender.
Oh, no, he Trace McSorley and Saquon.
I'm talking about the combo that he got. That Trace McSorley ain't good, y'all. Do y'all believe in Trace McSorley?
At Penn State, he was pretty. Well, Saquon was pretty good.
Because of Saquon.
I'm just saying.
For sure. Yeah. Let's move on next to the Oregon Ducks. PK, shout out to Phil Knight. Jeff, contender, pretender.
Hey man, they doing it for Phil Knight.
Got to.
He's spending the NIL money. He wants him one before he goes to the upper room.
Spend the check, get it right back though.
Yeah, get it right. Yeah, I'm gonna get it right back.
Yeah,
definitely gonna get it right back. Shout out to the Nike check.
Yeah.
But anyway, Oregon to me is a contender in the college football playoffs.
Coach.
I have them as a contender as well, man. They lost a lot to the draft. We know that, but that's why you have those top recruiting classes. That always helps. And they had the third-ranked group of high school prospects in 2024. The transfer class was ranked second in the country. In 2023, they signed the number 9 high school class and had the number 9 transfer class. So they have guys replacing everybody they're losing, like edge rusher Elijah Rushing, who was a 2024 5-star, top 100 wideout in Jeremiah McClennan. Then you have Kobe Savage at safety. So they replaced everyone that they lost, and this is why I think they'll be a contender.
Weezy.
The thing is, I'm worried about this. Oregon can be a contender.
They can.
But they got all this talent now. Now I'm worried about, can this dude coach when the lights on him?
Dan Lanning.
Can he coach? Because I've seen coaches with all this talent, and they just don't do it. Jimbo Fisher had a lot of talent.
He had a lot of talent in Florida State. He had a lot of talent
at Texas A&M, and they bought his ass out for $76 million. So don't you coach here no more. We'll give this. Sit your ass down. Don't go buy you some acres. But don't coach.
Yeah.
Because you can't coach your ass to a paper bag.
Yeah.
But we gonna give you this money. Get your ass away from here.
This is the thing.
But don't coach.
Sorry,
bastard. Cost me a lot of money.
Oregon was my pick to win it all, and to start off week 1 against the Idaho Vandals and only win 24-14. They have some major holes that they got to fix ASAP. Like Coach mentioned, though, they lost a lot in the draft, so they're replacing a lot of guys, figuring things out. That's why you put little chicken noodle soup at the beginning of the season so you can work through those bad situations. So after giving up 5 sacks total in the past 2 seasons, you give up 3 against FCS Idaho, and you get Dylan Gabriel on the mat a lot. That's what you worry about. But I think as time goes along, as we see them mature through week 2, week 3, a little bit more chicken noodle soup, they'll get ready to go through that Big Ten. I think they'll still be contenders because at the end of the day, what we said as a collective, they have too much talent not to contend. And last but not least, they do play Boise State. I'm scared about them playing Boise State and Ashton Gente, though. Ashton Gente is going to kill them. Last but not least, Weezy, we will kick things off with you. It is Nico Iamaleava, quarterback from the Tennessee Vols. Is he a contender or a pretender?
Contender. I'm all in on Nico. Live on. And it's rough to me to I don't really cheer for Tennessee.
Yeah.
I really don't.
Yeah.
But I like to see a good quarterback. I know a good quarterback when I see it.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
No, you don't. You've been off a bunch of quarterbacks.
I've been off on a couple quarterbacks, but I know a good quarterback when I see it. You've been off on a quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Since way back then.
There ain't no way back.
Since way back.
Ain't no way back.
Jeff, what you got?
Yeah, you do. You go. You watch a little Elite 11, and you think they're gonna be good. And
They ain't been on TV.
I'm just saying.
They have not talked about Elite 11.
I'm saying what you do back in the day. I'm saying what you do back in the day, and you caught ass to ass.
That ain't had nothing to do with it. The guys that I picked never won Elite 11.
What's your one with the Ole Miss, coach?
Oh, the white boy.
Nah, I was a black dude, Devontae Kincaid.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't even make Elite 11.
And what's your guy to play for the Packers last year?
Kaiser.
Woo!
He didn't even play in Elite 11, bro.
I'm just saying.
He didn't win Elite 11. So what? So you bring up Elite 11, but those are wrong.
Nico, to me, is a contender.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jeff.
Yeah,
they paid that.
Say something.
Lock in, twin.
No, hell.
I was right. I told you 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks. There it is. Just like that.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's good to be home, baby. It's good to be home. It's good to be home, baby.
Nico,
I prefer it like this.
Because he's lying.
I prefer you niggas to hate me. I like it that way. You hear me?
oh my God.
God.
UT paid high dollar for this high dollar quarterback. He's going to put up video game numbers throughout his career for the Vols. He is a contender.
Yeah. What you got, Coach?
I think this kid's going to be really, really good. He had a great showing in week 1, even though it's against the FCS UT Chat, who's still impressive, who's one of the top teams in the FCS. They ranked number 8. But right now, I have him as a pretender. Eventually, he will become a contender because he set the record 314 yards in the first half. There ain't nothing to sneeze at. It was against UT Chat, like I said, but you still got to throw it.
You got to throw it.
Still got to throw the ball.
Got to throw it.
You got to do it.
Got to do it.
He has a lot of options to help him out on offense in those 3 big tight ends, all who are 6'4" taller. He has Brew McCoy, who's a 6-year receiver, and a transfer, and Deontay Thornton, who transferred from Oregon last year. So he has everything to set up for him, but I think this year he's a pretender, but will turn into a contender.
Say what you want to say about Josh Heupel's offense, but it had Hendon Hooker in the NFL. He's a quarterback now for the Detroit Lions. Joe Milton, who can't play quarterback. Absolutely terrible. He's a quarterback for the New England Patriots. So Nico is better than both of those guys right now as a true redshirt freshman.
And running that same offense.
Running the exact same offense, far more gifted passer. And you only saw a glimpse of what he can actually do in week 1. I think it's one of those things where you see a kid like Nico, and this is just the start of a great thing, especially considering the fact that they have so many guys. Squirrel White, Brew, you got another wide receiver right there. Oh, the tight end is really good. Man, it's a good team, but I really think that this year he'll contend for awards as a redshirt freshman. So, yeah, man, Nico Iamaleava. Weezy said that he will be better. I don't know how you quantify that.
I don't know, but we said
but he said that he will be better than Arch Manning. So
we gotta talk about this board. It's some bullshit.
Yeah, it's some boys, some shit that we need some push-ups for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, we want to get
That is.
It's some bad shit on that.
That is.
It's some bad dope on there.
That is.
Yeah, it is. We locked in, man. Yeah.
Nah, I ain't right back, nigga. What you talking about?
Oh, Lord. Here we go. Here we go.
I'm sleepy. I'm tired.
Yeah,
I'm delusional.
Yeah, man.
Nigga, drink me a couple
2 times. Finesse 2 times. It's finesse 2 times.
Cool when they do.
He said we got finesse.
We got finesse 2 times.
Probably
Let's make sure ain't no static. Now, tweet us some questions throughout the weekend. Full sport
Say
press.
one time, if it is static, it's
It's
time.
over with.
Yeah,
It's over with.
It's over with.
Don't forget to give us a comment.
Boys will be off.
Yeah, the boys will be off. Oh, we'll catch y'all next week.
Zoom the hell out of this motherfucker.
Ain't no Zoom. I ain't zooming this again.
It's
It's over.
Nah,
This is
it's a whole new show. Like, ain't we doing this shit twice. Yeah.
Third time?
It's a whole new
It's
show.
not the charm.
No,
Over
hell
with.
nah. Yeah, give us a thumbs up on the iTunes page. All of that shit, man. Tell a friend. Weezy.
Everybody, get your roll on. Nah, everything paid for, baby. I said, everybody get your roll on.
Camera's always on, brother.
See all that shit. Golly.
What you got, Coach?
Get a drummer song.
Right.
Rough week.
Cameraman, rough day. The Revolution will be podcasted. Please, God, we are out.
Thank you for listening to the Full Sport Press podcast. To catch up on previous episodes, please check out the YouTube page and wherever you find your favorite podcast. Don't forget, tell a friend to tell a friend.
The Revolution will be podcasted.